Hey all, it's Nikos here, and we are going to do our weekly Forex forecast for October the 1st to October the 5th. I'll start with the New Zealand dollar yen. Okay, let me just draw another support line on this weekly chart for long-term targets. Now we see our major resistance lines here, and this pair created 1, 2, 3s on this weekly chart all the time, finding major support and then started to bounce heavily. You can see the big candles here, the Heikin-Ashi candles. So we had a retracement of about 300 points. So on our daily chart, we see that, sorry, you have to always draw the line again. This is the monthly chart. You have to adjust to the daily chart. On the daily, of course, you can see clearly the break, but by fixing the weekly chart, you see price is getting really close to that as well. So this is too close for me to get into any swing trades on this pair. Also, because of this line, this could also act as support, so I don't like this. What I do, I draw a horizontal line connecting those previous lows here, more or less, plus this high. Then I have an area buffer between down here and up here for support. That way I know that I won't touch anything in terms of swing trading until this is broken or this. Now everybody that still wants to trade this pair as a day trade, I would go to the 1 hourly chart on the or even the 4 hourly to start with. You can see the range on the 4 hourly as well. You can see this little range. So we really don't like to trade in here unless you trade the bounces, but this is only 30-40 pips. That means you have to go to a lower time frame and look for entries to target always the lows and highs of this range. But really I would focus on a break of this area and a setup above here or below here to then target the support area coming from the weekly chart anyway. Okay, right now everything is short, even after that big 300 pips retracement, because the weekly chart is still creating those lower lows and lower highs. So we have to see if we get the breakout or if it's bouncing. The Euro-US dollar on the monthly chart, we can see this powerful trend line, the bounce on this trend line, and price is down here right now. You have your previous areas of support acting as maybe resistance if price is bouncing up. You also have all those lows, those retracements back then, resistance now acting as support right now, right here. So we don't like that fact for swing trading. What we need to see is a bounce in this area, the break of that, and then we can trade long to target those areas. This is not so far. It's only, I mean, it is on the lower time frames between 300 and 500 pips for sure. Not on the monthly chart, of course. And then a break of this area to target that long term. Now on the weekly chart, so that was the monthly. On the weekly chart, you'll see that we have a short 1 to 3, a big short 1 to 3. You can count it like as this or even at that, but what we don't want to ignore is the fact that this looking like a 1 to 3 is also without that spike also range. So we have on the lower time frames to consider this range on the Euro-US dollar. Therefore, let me just get rid of this line. Therefore, we acknowledge this 1 to 3, but we also remember that there was a lot of support in this area. We can see this on the daily chart clearly. There was a big bounce at major resistance. You see, and price is now reaching those support areas. So what I would like to do, I draw a line like this, and I won't take any trades. I would not advise to take any trades in this area like that just because of that. It's too late. The breakouts happen in this area after the bounce. I would like to see, at least on the 4 hourly chart, some good retracements, some smooth moves, something like that. and you can draw some resistance lines. And if you get this 1 to 3, this 2 to 3 line break or like this, somewhere in this area, you can always take the trade on lower time frames, combining 1 hourly or maybe 50 minutes or even 5-minute charts to take some trades and target this area for now. Otherwise, price has to break out and do the same thing on this side. GBP US dollar, weekly 1 to 3. Of course, very obvious, steep one. And now price is still creating higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart. So in order to take any shorts, adjust the line when you change the time frame. Okay, it is support still. It is a 36 here, also spiking and moving through, but we are not convinced. We want to see what happens on Monday, because if it's reacting on Monday or Tuesday, then we are still long. What we need is a setup on the 4-hourly or 1-hourly chart below here to take any shorts on GBP US dollar on cable. Okay, setup below here. And then you can either take the 4-hourly chart or lower time frames to enter. Also draw your resistance line like that. You might get a nice setup somewhat here. Okay, EuroCAD. I don't like the chart. The only reason I mention it because some of you are really into this, and that's good as long as you make profits. We had big bounces here, spikes on the daily chart, and there was a big reaction after price hitting the extension of the resistance line. Probably also some news, I'm not sure, I didn't check. So this is good, but I wouldn't enter like this with a big stop. Okay, again, wait for a 4-hourly chart setup. Price has to do something. Maybe it won't. It's too steep, but if it does, wait for the retracement and then look for an entry. As a day trader, you can check the 1-hourly chart, see if you get some 1-hourly 1 to 3 somewhere with a good retracement at least to the 36, and then you can use this information. Or even if you extend it and price only moves back to this line. Okay, if it's still bouncing and it's volatile, you can always try with a 50-minute chart to look for a day trade and short that again. The euro yen retracing, yes, but still creating higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart. Like, it is still long, and the next area of resistance, we have it here, of course, the previous high, but it would be much higher at 136.50 or more or less in this area. So what we want is to see this retracing, ideally back to here, and if it's bouncing to the 36 or the extension of this line, we look for longs, but not directly on the daily chart. Again, we use the 4-hourly and 1-hourly because the resistance is too close. The lower time frames would be nicer to check if we get more retracement. If we don't, the price is just exploding up. Only lower time frame entries, 50-minute charts, 5-minute charts, to maybe target this area, take incremental profits, and leave existing positions for the next area of resistance, like turning a day trade into a swing trade. Okay, USD yen is very powerful right now. Major resistance up here. The next areas longer term, of course, here and here. Right now, this is the best chart to trade on is the 4-hourly. It's just bouncing all the time, and you sent me a lot of charts showing me entries from here to even here and here, so well done. But right now, again, it's too late to get in on a 4-hourly chart. We need that retracement, the classic bounce, and then long. If it breaks, then of course we need a short setup below here, and then getting in against the main trend, probably on lower time frames like 1-hourly, 50-minute charts, to take the shorts. But if it's bouncing here, take the longs, target that line, ideal in 1-hourly or even lower time frames. CHF yen. Look at the weekly. Major resistance is up here. Price already reached parts of those, not the highest, but it reached generally the resistance area, so we want to be careful. Also major support, all these areas just to consider retracements. And now on that daily chart, it's breaking this. If it's not reacting back up, to look for lower time frame entries and reach this line, then you have to really you want to check the 4-hourly charts, because this is the most valid one, let's say, for entries, short entries these days. And now that it broke already, that happened late before the market's closing. Here's also major support. See how it reacts on Monday and Tuesday. It's Sunday right now, the markets are not moving, so wait for setup, maybe a 1-hourly chart, 1 2 3 back to this area. At least a good retracement would be a nice try to take the shorts and target this area. For longs, it has to break this line, of course, and then you just do the same thing in the other direction. The previous high here is your resistance area for now. I also want to quickly mention gold. We have a big range. Some members send me emails telling me that, hey, everybody's saying that gold is you know, how can I say, I try to use wise words, that is, let's say, gaining value. Theoretically, maybe yes, and practically maybe also, I don't know, but on the charts, not yet. Okay, we cannot say that this is, you know, gaining value if it's moving down on the charts. It's just the way I see it. For long-term investment, yes, if you just want to buy gold and have it there for the next 10 years, it's a different story. But when we trade on the charts, even on gold, we need a confirmation, and right now this is just going down, so I don't see the point. Even if they tell you on TV that, you know, you should buy gold, I would just wait for some nice signals. And as long as this as gold is in this monthly range, I wouldn't touch any longs unless I get, of course, a bounce in this area, major support, and some good setups later on my daily chart. So right now, even on the weekly, you see it's really ranging, so let it go down or whatever, and if it's bouncing, then I'll take a look. Let's say I have a line like this, just to explain how to trade the gold long term. Then I try to look for setups on the daily chart and trade that range up to here. Why not? It's worth it, but not now. And this is still ranging on the daily chart, so even on the daily, if you want to take longs, if it's not going down, you need to see the break that's set up above here, and then you can consider the longs. Okay, also the DAX, here we go. This is we have a big range, or some, not a big range, but some lows down here, of course lower points down here, but we just consider those lows. Price react there, and down, sorry, the DAX moved up, and right now we have it sitting here for days, and after that bounce we see our first red candle on Friday. So right now there are no longs. We want to look for shorts on Monday. Let's see after the open what happens. And again, ideally a 4-hourly or a 1-hourly 1 2 3 setup, some retracement, let it breathe first, maybe wants to move lower on Monday and then retrace, and of course then we can take trades, but not longs. For now it's only shorts, unless on the 4-hourly chart it breaks, sorry, let me do it like this, it breaks resistance for good, gets back into this range. So if that happens, then you can trade the longs to target those highs from this previous range. Okay, and if that's also breaking longer term, of course, then you can start looking for the horizontal resistance areas like this in combination with the 200 later on up here, or even up here. But right now it's all still short. See what happens this week. Okay, that's all. I hope you like what you see. If you think this is helpful to you, just give it a thumbs up. You can comment, and of course feel free to share the video with friends and other trading buddies. Okay, enjoy the week. Also for the VIP members, on Thursday we are going to do a special event, a focus session, and it's about bounce trading with Renko charts, using Renko charts or in combination with Renko and our classic Spartan setup. See you then. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of your week. Happy and healthy trading.